An important component of student org recognition is understanding the resources available to our recognized organizations. Connect is one of those resources. It's found at uww.edu/connect and is a resource for students to seek out organizations here at UW-Whitewater. It allows you to share who you are as an organization, advertise events and meetings, manage your roster, and communicate within your group. You can also find campus policies and resources, fill out forms, manage your budget, and more. Please note that we are in the process of onboarding a new software system that will allow for even more user and org options. We will have more on this new system at the required fall org rec meetings that will be happening virtually in July and August. Another resource you have at your disposal is the involvement team. The involvement team is a part of the Student Activity and Involvement Department located in the UC 146 and is a place to help you and your organization do your absolute best here on campus. The office offers trainings via pre-recorded video that cover topics like travel and transportation, planning events, and recruiting new members. The office is staffed with students there to help you with budgeting and spending money for your SUF allocation if that's something your group receives. Activity Involvement's job is not only to help organizations and leaders of those orgs, but also to promote involvement overall to campus. Their job is to know about you so that when students come in and say, "I'm looking to get involved," they can help direct them to the right groups, to the right places where they're going to feel at home, and that they can contribute to the goals of the organization and institution. Another resource you have specifically applies to having students who are members that have documented disabilities. The university wants to make sure that there's never a time when an organization has to say, "No, we can't do something," or that a certain person can't participate because of their disability. To help with that very issue, we have an account called the SUF ADA account. ADA stands for Americans with Disabilities Act, and the account is specifically created for helping student orgs provide accommodations that are appropriate due to disabilities. It is important to note that this only works for students with documented disabilities and that the account does not cover 100% of the costs. The ADA account typically covers the difference between a service provided without an accommodation and a service provided with. For example, if you need a bus with a wheelchair lift because a member uses a chair, the ADA account could be used to cover the additional cost of renting a bus with a lift versus just renting a normal bus. Recognized student orgs have a number of additional resources at their disposal. Participating in the Involvement Fair and Homecoming, being eligible for campus awards, being able to reserve facilities, rooms, and spaces on campus. We also provide access to large paper rolls located in the Warhawk Connection Center. Our office also houses a fax machine, paper cutter, and laminator. We also have lockable file storages and mailboxes, and assistance with event planning, advising, and more. We want you to be a successful organization. We've been asked to provide a note about printing org materials specifically in the General Access Labs. The Access Labs are funded from the curriculum fees that exist related to your tuition, so it's important to note that it's expected that you are only printing things for classwork in the General Access Labs. Student orgs should not be using those labs for printing your org materials, but if you need to make copies, you can do so in a number of different ways. Activities and Involvement will make black and white copies for groups. We bill you on a monthly or annual basis, and it's at cost, so it's not that expensive. There are two other options on campus that will provide a little bit more printing opportunities via either color or size, etc. Printing Services, which is our campus's copy center, is where you can pay cash, but also if you have an org code, you're able to use your SUF-funded org code. Then there's also the Media Lab in the Anderson General Access Lab basement that does have some services provided for student organizations as well, and they would charge cash right there on the spot. If you have any questions on the resources mentioned previously or would like more one-on-one support, please don't hesitate to contact us. Student Activities and Involvement's office is located on the first floor of the University Center, up the ramp or half flight of stairs in UC 146. Our email and office phone is provided on the screen as well. Don't forget to follow our social media pages at UWW Involvement.